All right, everyone, turning back to that big medical breakthrough this week. Pfizer announcing its COVID-19 vaccine could be up to 90% effective. And one of the places conducting trials on the vaccine is the Lynn Institute right here in Oklahoma. So joining me now is Carlos Blanco. He is the CEO of Lynn Health. Carlos, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jason. Thank you for having me on this morning.
Yeah, and it's great to have you on to talk about this because this is fascinating here. Talk about this breakthrough that was just announced the other day and just exactly how significant this is in this fight that we've been waging against this virus.
Oh, Jason, this is just super exciting. The results show that the vaccine has a very good safety profile and starts providing protection relatively quickly. Within 28 days of that first injection, it's 90% effective. And to put that into historical context, that would be the same effectiveness as, say, the polio vaccine or the measles vaccine. Again, 95% effective. So it's just incredible breakthrough, and we're very hopeful that it'll help bring an end to this pandemic.
Yeah, a lot of people are hopeful, no doubt about that. Can you give us some insight into how these trials work? Break down the process of how a trial works when it comes to this vaccine.
Sure. Well, as you know, one of the things that I want to make sure to get across to everyone is that these vaccine trials were done just like every other clinical trial. There were no shortcuts taken. They were done precisely with the same meticulousness and care that any other clinical trial that we do. The basic process for the trial is we recruit volunteers. We put them through a protocol that's designed by the pharmaceutical company, Pfizer in this case, and the FDA. We collect the safety data and the efficacy data, which is presented back to the pharmaceutical companies, and they eventually present that to the FDA for submission for approval of their vaccine or their drug.
So realistically, as we look ahead to the future and this vaccine being available, and this is the question a lot of people are asking, when can the majority of people expect to have access to this vaccine? What will the distribution look like?
That's a great question. Health and Human Secretary Azar said that we anticipate that if the emergency use approval order is approved, say in early December, by mid-December to late December, I think we can anticipate that the most vulnerable patients would receive the vaccine. That would be followed in January with probably healthcare workers and our frontline folks that have been so incredible in this terrible pandemic. And then probably into March is probably when we would see it available for most Americans.
Okay, so a person like me won't be getting access to it until sometime next spring at the earliest.
Probably. Now again, and that all hinges on when the FDA approves the vaccine for that emergency use. It could be faster than that, but I think that's the safe timeline to look at.
Will Oklahoma be getting it maybe sooner than the rest of the country? Is that possible?
We would not anticipate that. It looks like the country's been broken up into 6 or 7 sections, geographical sections that will all receive the vaccine about the same time. It's very interesting that the U.S. Army is being used to help deploy the vaccine to around the country, but we are not sure yet in terms of going to receive it any faster than anybody else. As far as we know, everybody's going to receive it about on the same timeline.
So that 90% effectiveness we keep hearing, how long will the vaccine actually protect you when you get it? Are we talking multiple shots every year, booster shots? How is this going to work?
Well, Jason, that's $1 million question. Right now, we continue here at the Lynn Institute and many other sites around the country to collect longer-term data, because right now that's sort of the $1 million question: is how long is this going to last? Or is the immunity going to last? Now, there's certainly a chance that we could see a situation where we have to take the shot every single year, a vaccination or a booster every single year. And there's a chance that the immunity will last much longer than that. Now, one of the things that's really critical is that once the vaccine is approved for emergency use for the general public, that people get vaccinated. You know, if we get 50 to 60% of the population vaccinated, we're going to be in really good shape. We will generate what's called vaccine-induced herd immunity, which should help down the road in the pandemic.
What does Pfizer's success here mean for other vaccine trials that are going on? There are other companies, of course, doing trials. Will this speed along what they're doing? Will it slow it down? What does it mean for them?
No, it should. Again, it should. Moderna, who was also along with Pfizer, very, very close to receiving, to being able to apply for the emergency use order, it is very close as well. So we foresee that they will probably be approved in the January timeframe. And again, we're going to need multiple vaccine manufacturers to provide enough vaccine for 320 million Americans and 6 billion people around the planet. So,
just a few seconds left here. You guys are looking for volunteers right now, and one of the things you're asking for is diversity. What do you mean by that?
Well, traditionally, Hispanics, African Americans, Native Americans don't participate in the clinical trials process for a bunch of different reasons. And in this situation, it's absolutely critical that everyone participate in the development of these vaccines. We need to know that these vaccines work for everyone. They're effective for everyone. They're safe for everyone. And if everyone doesn't participate, then that data, it's much harder to determine that. So for us, we're asking folks to continue to volunteer for these trials and help us continue to develop these drugs, these vaccines. So the short story is, yes, if you're interested, please call the Lynn Institute. We still have vaccine trials that are ongoing and need your help.
All right, Carlos Blanco with the Lynn Institute. Hopefully we're seeing the light at the end of this very, very dark tunnel that we've been going through. This stuff is very, very promising.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate it.
Jason, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Jonathan, let's get over to you.
All right, we've melted off the frost here, looking